Hi everyone, and welcome to this special edition of Candice Ruggiero, Love Speaks. And I'm so thrilled to have you here with me tonight as we prepare to close out 2024 and step boldly into 2025. For those of you who may be new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Candice Ruggiero, and I'm a keynote speaker, the host of Intentional Excellence Podcast, an educator, leader, entrepreneur, and an aspiring author. My mission is to inspire others to embrace their potential, love themselves, and transform their lives through meaningful connections and intentional living. Tonight's topic is loving limits, the art of boundaries and balance. At its core, this is about setting boundaries that come from a place of love and self-respect. It's about saying yes to what aligns with your values and your well-being and saying no to what doesn't. When we set healthy boundaries, we protect our peace, we create space for growth, and we show up more fully in our lives. This is such an important conversation as we reflect on the past year and looking forward to the new beginnings. Together, we'll explore how embracing boundaries can help you love yourself, uplift others, and transform the world. So, let's start with embracing yourself. You see, loving limits are essential when it comes to self-love because they allow you to create the space you need to heal, space you need to grow, and space you need to thrive. You know, without boundaries, it's easy to overextend yourself, to lose sight of your priorities, and neglect the care that you deserve. And when you embrace loving limits, you take a stand for your well-being and you honor the person you are meant to become. For me, 2024 was a year of profound change. It was the year I started a new routine of being alone, navigating life without, my husband. And you know what? I found myself taking on multiple roles, ensuring that I was not only fulfilling my responsibilities to my kids, but also taking care of myself. In this journey, I realized that healing meant setting boundaries, not just with others, but with myself. I had to let go of the expectations the world had for me and really focus on self-care and self-love. And the biggest boundary I set this year was saying goodbye to a career in education, a field I dedicated 30 years of my life to. And this wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy decision at all, because education had been my identity. It had been my ultimate goal. Leaving meant turning my back on my dream of becoming a school leader, a principal or assistant principal. It meant saying goodbye to precious moments with my students and parting ways with my co-teachers whom I really deeply love and cherish. This boundary wasn't about giving up. It was about choosing me. Because for the past 5 months, I've worked from home, I've healed, and I've discovered the best version of myself. I've embraced every part of who I am, the good, the bad. I've learned to navigate challenges with peace and with clarity. And saying yes to what serves me and saying no to what doesn't. These things they've brought a sense of calm and balance to my life that I never thought possible. So, what can you take away from this? You can reflect. First, you can reflect on what fills your cup and focus your energy on what nurtures you. Second, you can learn to say no to things that drain your peace, and you can say yes to what supports your growth. And third, start every day with a small self-care routine that centers you and sets a positive tone. And as you reflect on the year 2024, ask yourself, like, what boundaries can I set to honor myself and my needs in 2025? Now, let's move on to uplifting others. Loving limits play a crucial role in relationships because they help you show up as your best self while creating clarity and trust with others. By setting boundaries, you can actually create deeper connections, communicate your needs clearly, and foster mutual respect and growth. This year, 2024, marked a massive career change for me. I actually left the four walls of the school, a place I had called home for over like 30 years. And I've learned to embrace a completely new way of life as a keynote speaker and a podcaster. And through my podcast, Intentional Excellence, I was actually able to let go of my self-doubt, my fear of public speaking, and fear of not being good enough. I've learned to say a big yes to my own strengths, my gifts, and my skills as a speaker. But let me tell you a story. When I first started, it was just me, like sharing my personal stories and reflecting on concepts like authenticity, resilience, and intentionality. And I started like making sure that I'm good at it or trying to become better as each episode passes. And once I embraced my voice and mastered these skills, I began inviting guests onto my podcast. Each guest said yes to sharing their stories of triumph, struggle, and transformation. And one of the most inspiring things about these conversations is that they're not just about my guests inspiring me. It's a mutual exchange. We inspire each other. Every guest leaves an impact, and I've seen them walk away from our conversations ready to take on new challenges or even try something different. That's the beauty of uplifting others. It's really not just about helping them, it's about growing together. So, what can we take away from this? We can perhaps use our strengths and skills to create spaces where others feel safe to share their stories. Second, we can build relationships through active listening and open conversations that really encourage mutual growth. And third, let's be intentional about lifting others. Because you know what? What you give to others often returns to you in incredible ways. And as you enter 2025, ask yourself, how can I use my voice, my strength, and my presence to uplift others? Now, finally, let's talk about transforming the world. Loving limits can change the way you engage with the world because they allow you to filter out negativity and focus on creating the positive, things that are meaningful, things that are impactful. When you set boundaries, you make room for intentional actions and can contribute to a better future for yourself and others. This year, 2024, has been a year of really deep reflection for me. I've learned to accept my weaknesses, especially in the world of speaking. I've said no to doubts that told me who will listen to me. An educator from the Philippines, former school owner in the Philippines, a teacher here in America for 30 years, and even an admin intern in America. Despite these good roles, I still questioned myself. I still had that negativity because it's really a different industry, it's a different field. So that can also bring you down. Now, when you talk about the world, when I turn on social media or watch the news and I see and hear about the world's troubles, violence, betrayal, unkindness, it would leave me feeling hurt and helpless. Now, this year, I've learned to pause. I've learned to reflect, and I ask myself whenever I see these things, how can this experience make me better? And what can I say to inspire others to find hope? And this shift has allowed me to say a big yes to being a force for good. And one way that I've done this is through this live show that you're watching right now. Candice Ruggiero, Love Speaks. My ultimate goal isn't really fame or fortune or monetization. It's to be a catalyst for change. Amazing. Amazing. That's all I want to do. So, if there is something that you can take away from this live show in order to help or make you be a catalyst for change in this beautiful, wonderful world that we live in, is maybe first, try to embrace challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, because they can be the catalyst for transformation. Second, let's be intentional about turning negativity into opportunities for positivity and change. And third, saying yes to using your voice and your actions to make a meaningful impact to your community and beyond. You don't have to be a public speaker or a motivational speaker to make a difference. Just simply be kind with your words and be mindful of the people around you. And as you enter 2025, I encourage you to reflect. How can I be a force for change in my world and the world around me? And as we look forward to 2025, I hope we all leave behind the insecurities and doubts that hold us back. Let them transform into something that makes us better individuals, better friends, better partners, and better citizens of this wonderful world we share. And let it all start from within. Love yourself, because that's truly the key to achieving success in your life. Thank you so much for spending this time with me tonight. I hope you'll join me again next week for another episode of Candice Ruggiero, Love Speaks. And until then, take care of yourself, love yourself, and let's step into 2025 with open hearts and endless possibilities. Good night, everyone, and Happy New Year!
And if you